In the time it takes to finish one stiff drink, me and my brother and special guest Lucas Levesque are going to figure out what gives him the right to talk about my high school experience. We're going to swap some stories about all the shit we got away with in high school. And we're going to figure out if one stiff drink makes you better at drawing a straight line. That's dumb. So welcome to the Boondock Perspective.
Where class is optional.
It's yet another carefree Maine evening, and you're listening to the Boondock Perspective, your real Northern Maine backwoods podcast. Joined tonight by my special guest, Lucas Levesque, and my brother. He's a pretty badass dude, despite we came from the same womb. You wouldn't even know it. That we'd kind of look alike if I lost 250 pounds.
250 pounds. You'd be like...
You want to give a little bit of background about yourself, just for the people at home who don't know you?
I'm pretty sure everyone at home knows me, but...
For the people not at home who don't know you.
Yeah, my name's Lucas Levesque. I'm 22 years young. I almost said 21. I just turned 22.
What was that, like 17 days ago?
Math or something.
By the time this airs,
Many moons ago.
That date will be incorrect. So,
Yeah.
Ron Swanson life.
Yep.
For me. Nobody can know anything about my life.
Yep. Okay.
Privacy. Don't Google me. Anyway, yeah. What are you about?
Yeah, anyway. Born and raised in Jackman, Maine. I'm a welder. I went to school for welding for 2 years. Yeah, that's it. I like Coors and cars.
End of life. End of speech.
End of speech.
Well, before we start talking a little bit about all the shit we got away with in high school, it was a lot, if I may say so myself. We need to figure out whether or not you get better at drawing a straight line when you've had one stiff drink of alcohol.
You have to do that before.
So I'm going to give you a piece of paper, and I want you to horizontally draw the straightest freaking line you can. That sounds so stupid.
Already watch me.
And we're going to see at the end whether or not it's straighter. Jeez, you're really milking this. That's not horizontally. That's pretty straight, though.
That's horizontally.
That's, well, yeah, but do it like the lengthwise. All right, whatever, we'll deal with it.
Do it lengthwise? Like
Yeah.
down?
Yeah.
That is vertically.
It is, if you turn, well, I guess it's a matter of perspective. The Boondock Perspective.
I hit the mic.
Just kidding.
Can I
That's
start
super
over?
dumb.
I hit the mic.
Oh, God, Lucas. Really trying. Whew!
I like my first one better.
Yeah. I do like your first one better. Actually, but I think your second one's straighter. Minus this little fucking doohickey you got in the bottom.
Wow, I hit the mic. It's like...
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know. We'll see if that's better at the end of this.
I'll be like... I just can't do it.
You're one of the only people that can make me laugh like nobody else, buddy.
You don't have to do it?
No, just you, bro.
No, I think you should do it
No,
too.
I'm not going to do it.
think you
Because if I
should.
do it, I do it like this. That's straight as fuck.
No, it's not. It's like...
Yeah, that's so curved. Yeah, I'm not good at that. But this isn't my challenge, and I drew on the table.
Okay, I thought it was both
Sorry,
of our
everybody.
challenges.
Well, I don't know. I think that's okay. I think people... Sorry for the audio people who can't see this, but Lucas drew a pretty exquisite straight line in 12 seconds because he's slow as tits. Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
let's...
tits are slow.
Dude, they're super slow.
Okay.
You ever see Click?
Wait a sec!
If for anybody who hasn't guessed already, this podcast is probably gonna be a little off the rails. This is gonna be, you know how class is optional?
All
It's
inside jokes.
super optional. Yeah, so we're gonna explore some inside jokes probably, but I'm gonna try to explain everything. You and I grew up in the same high school, but I think that in just 2 years apart, we grew up in 2 classes apart. I was a 2012, you're 2014, right?
Yeah, so it's...
I think a lot changed between those 2 years. I think that there's so much that I got away with that you didn't. But then all of a sudden, I hear stories of stuff that you got away with, and it's nothing that I ever tried. I think I would have gotten away with it too, but it never something that even occurred to me. I think we got away with different themes of shit. You know what
Indeed.
I mean? Indeed.
Indubitably.
I don't know where to start. There's just so many friggin' stories. I'm reminded of one specifically of you. I don't remember if it was your senior year where you and Agnes, that's what we call people who won't be named, hid under the gym.
Agnes.
Agnes and Angie.
I remember. Okay.
Or Agnes and Angus. If it's a guy, it's Angus. If it's a girl, it's Agnes.
So it's Angus.
Angus, excuse me.
Angus.
Where you and Angus hid under the gym stage. And I think that would be really funny to start with.
Yes.
Because I don't think anybody outside of where we live would have gotten away with this.
Yes. Oh, you want me to tell it?
Oh, do continue. Yes. Okay. I did not explain it nearly well
Okay.
enough.
So in film and media class, we were supposed to be coming up with some sort of movie idea. We were supposed to have a script and a plan. And on the Friday afternoon in that class, we would walk in and he would just say, "Okay, you have your plan, go film." So we didn't have our plan or anything written out at all. And we walk into class and he says, "Go film." And I just looked at Angus. And he looked at me like, "What are we going to do? We're screwed."
We're going to fail.
So we had to leave the class to make it look like we were filming, and we had a plan and an idea. So we grabbed the camera and we just walked around the school for like 10 minutes looking for something to film, something to do. And then we
What
went...
time was this roughly?
Oh, God, this was probably... It was like B blocks, so I don't...
Like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning?
Probably 10:30. All breaks at 9:30.
Probably, well, I don't know.
Probably
it's been
10.
so long, I don't remember the timings. But yeah, it was probably around 10.
Around 10. By the time we figured out what we were going to do, it was probably 10. We went into the gym, and there was a gym class going, and we thought we would just film them and make fun of them or whatever, but we ended up sneaking under the stage. And so there's these rubber mats you fold up, and there's wooden doors. It's where we keep all the chairs.
For like the auditorium,
the
like
audience
graduation
chairs.
and shit.
Yeah. So when they were all on one end, getting ready to do, I don't know what they were doing, something.
Probably something, right?
Yeah, they were getting ready to do something, and we flip up the mat, and we had someone distract the teacher, and got him in his office, and all the kids were playing, and the younger kids, they weren't in high school. They didn't have any idea what was going on. So we flipped up the mats, opened the doors, and we crawled in with the chairs, and then we shut the doors, and we had someone flip down the mat, and we had flashlights and a night vision infrared camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of those old ones with the infrared.
No, I don't remember any of those. I took film in media.
You had
and
one.
I don't remember having that.
Same one you had.
Infrared?
But it had infrared, so you could see green.
Damn.
And, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Instead of the projector, it was infrared.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we didn't end up using it, but we used the flashlights. And we crawled all underneath there. Keep in mind, this is at 10 o'clock. So it was B block. We still had C block, lunch, and then D block the rest of the day. So me and Angus were under there, just recording each other, and we were probably under there for an hour before we realized that we were under there for an hour. And like, how long are we gonna be here? And we hear the bell go off. So B block is over. We're like, oh shit, we're in trouble. So we didn't leave. We just stayed
So we
in there.
proceeded to not leave.
And this kid, he was always the guy who had like 3 to 12 bags of candy on him at all times.
Just a fuck ton of Jolly Ranchers.
He always had like Swedish Fish and Sour Patch Kids and just exploders, everything. He always had it. So we were under there, and we were about to skip lunch at this point, and so we had about an hour and a half left of school, and we're just eating this candy with a flashlight under the stage, pitch black. And then we hear another gym class come in. So we know that it's D block, that it's the last block.
Like another hour and a half
school's
left.
the day's gonna end. So we start crawling up toward the front of the stage again to get out, and we found a door that we could open in between the cracks of the mats, so we could open the door and we could see what was going on in the gym. And we ended up opening the door, and we were recording them through this little crack. And it ended up being a high school class at that point. And someone made eye contact with us while we were under there. And we were like freaking out, like, they're going to tell on us. So then we saw a kid that we knew. We were like, hey! And we got their attention. We're like, tell everybody to leave us alone. Or it's for filming purposes or whatever.
Just getting away with it.
Getting away with it. She's like, okay. And someone was gonna go tell on us, and she's like, no, don't do it. So Agnes saved our asses, and we were under there for 4 hours at least.
From 10
4 and a
to
half
2.
hours, yeah.
And then at 10:05, the bell rings.
At 2:05.
2:05.
The bell rang, and we busted the doors open. The mat flipped up, and the
I see doves and smoke in slow motion
Yeah.
as you exit. I don't know if that's the sound
no,
of
it's
dove
probably
makes.
just
Or turkey. I don't
whatever. Bird noise. Bird noise.
Various bird noise.
Trumpet sound.
Trumpet sound.
So
It's
we open the mat, and we come up, and we stand up from out the stage, and the gym teacher, again, Angus, just looks at us.
Angus too.
He's like, how long have you guys been under there? And we were like, since about 9:30, 10 o'clock, or however long. Since B block, let's just say that. And he just looked at us like,
Just starts clapping.
yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
He just started clapping at you.
Yeah.
Mr. Agnes just started clapping at you.
Yep.
That's funny.
We stood up. He had no idea we were under there the whole time.
4 hours.
Like, we've been under there all day.
And nobody came looking for you. You walked out at the end of the day.
Nobody came looking for us at all.
Next day, what happened? Nothing?
Nothing happened.
No one even questioned you being
No,
out of math
nothing.
class or history class afterwards?
No, nothing.
Jesus. We went to no. The education system is failing us, folks.
Well, I'm pretty sure I had study halls, but
Oh, yeah.
nothing happened.
Yeah. Oh, I had a study hall once, and I got away with so much crap doing that. But I did the same thing. I had the same excuse. I had a film and media class. So I'd be like, oh, my class assignment is that I have to go do this. So I would leave study hall and just go do whatever I want. And under the fountain in the gym, between the locker rooms, there was a little hatch. And it would go, I think it went to the boiler room. Like, there was only one door to that boiler room.
I think so.
Because I didn't want kids entering it, but there was a little hatch. And I don't know why.
Well, there's a door in the office, and then there's
Yeah,
the
I didn't go
hatch.
through the door, though. I went through the hatch. I like, rigged the hatch open. I went in. And it was like a vent. It was like a standard die-hard vent. Like, you're just in there, you get enough room to, like, light a lighter, but your elbows are stuck. And I went in there feet first, kind of folded them up a little bit, wrapped my knees around my backpack, and I would just nap in there during my study halls so nobody could find me. I probably did that a dozen times my senior year. Just took a nap under the fountain. And I would hear people coming, like, drink out of the fountain. And I would, like, look out. I would kind of look out the vent and be like, Angus. You're gonna drown. You're gonna drown when you're 30. Like, I would just whisper dumb shit. Like, it wasn't funny. I genuinely wasn't funny. But I would just be an idiot. And I would
It
just
was
be a
probably
douchebag.
terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. I never got caught. I never got found out. It was just shit you got away with. Like, I don't know. I graduated with 5 people. I think you graduated with, what, like 13? Something like that.
10.
Or was it 10?
10.
Is that low?
You were 6.
Yeah, I guess technically I was 6. One of the 6. Second in my class, 2.3 GPA, bitches. Salutatorian for the win.
God.
But yeah, that's a sad school. I don't know. It was fun. I feel like my class was one of the last classes of assholes. After that,
Yep.
kids were kind of nice.
Yep.
Like, my whole senior year consisted of all 3 guys, which was me, Agnes, and Big Agnes. Tall Agnes, and Big Agnes. And I think racist Agnes, maybe. There's 4 Agnes.
Racist Agnes.
Me, Tall Agnes, Big Agnes, and racist Agnes. And we would come into school in the morning, and the principal would be like, "Hi, Big Agnes, how's it going?" And he would just slam his backpack against the wall and be like, "Fuck off!" And then he'd be like, "You're coming to my office," and goes, "Think again." And then he would not go. And nothing ever happened. We would just go to class. And all 4 of us, we were such dicks. We didn't treat anybody with respect. Like, we hated the fact that we were there. We all almost dropped out. Like, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good situation. There's a dog in your lap. I think my roommate's door opened. Hey, Podrick, what's up? Yeah, named after a Game of Thrones character. Everyone now knows that. But I don't know. We didn't really give anybody respect. We just didn't care about the professors or the teachers. We didn't care about anybody. We just wanted out. We just wanted to get out at our work study at 12:15 and go to work 40 hours a week. That's all we cared about. So there was a whole year where we just dicked off all day, and we were just super mean to everybody. And I regret it. I regret being mean to everybody, but at the same time, like, it was a situation that sucked. High school is not fun if you not want to be there.
No, high school sucks.
Yeah.
I'd go back now, though.
Oh my god, dude! Imagine going back knowing what you know now.
Oh god. It'd be so much easier.
We spent a lot of time. I took environmental science. I think it was either in 10th grade or 11th grade, and we had to build the nature trail. So like the school had acquired like a plot of land that surrounded the school by like, it was like what, half a mile, so a quarter mile.
Oh,
like
it's
that.
just the length of the baseball field.
Yeah, but it was behind. It was, I think it was a quarter mile because they had quite a bit. Like it curved quite a bit.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So they made this trail. So there was one class that spent the entire time knocking down all the trees, and then there was one class that spent the entire time graveling everything, and then one class that spent the entire time putting rocks down or building bridges in the shop room. And that's all we did. But in my class, we would go and be like, "Oh, we're gonna go get some more gravel," and then we would like walk off, and then we disappear into the woods, and then we walk into some guy's property and sit by the river and skip rocks for 2 hours. Like, I don't care. But if I went there knowing what I know now, I think I would have built that trail and actually used it at the end of the day and had fun with it. Learn some trades with my hands.
No, I think I would have gone onto the stage again and ate candy.
Oh man, it's funny. I remember one kid, he came in. He's like, "I'm gonna build the best racing lawnmower that this town has ever seen," and he like souped up this lawnmower so it could go like 35 miles an hour. It wasn't that quick. It was a piece of shit. And then he hooked up like this big wagon to the back of it, and we were transporting all of our loads of gravel that way rather than like
I remember
by wheelbarrow.
Was that Agus, the guy I bought?
Yeah, that was Agnes that you bought your truck from. Yeah. Truck?
Dang.
No.
Yeah.
His friend. It was his friend. Anyway, not important. Anyway, this kid
Important to me.
is driving. He's just slowly hauling like 5-10 miles an hour this load of gravel through the woods. This is a weird curriculum for high school. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Go build some shit in the woods. And then he got out of the teacher's sight and he floored it, dude. He went like 35 miles an hour, but there wasn't a bridge built yet, and he fucking ate it off the bridge, destroyed the lawnmower, dumped this huge pit of rocks into a river, and dammed the river. So then we had to spend like a week undamming the river because it had changed directions, and we had to put it back to where it was. It was so dumb, but watching him crash was the funniest thing. Dude, he got out. I remember he had like a 2-inch stick sticking out of his forehead. I thought he was dead, dude. I thought he got up and he was just like having that moment of like, do I take it out or do I leave it in? Do I take it out or do I leave it in? And regardless, he was gonna die. But that didn't happen. He's fine now.
That was deep.
But I don't know. It was funny watching. You remember me crashing my lawnmower?
Your lawnmower?
The dad's lawnmower. By trying to hit you.
I was just talking about that the other day.
I talk about it like every 2 weeks. Oh man, I was mowing a lawn and the lawn's at the bottom of this huge hill. So I take the lawnmower and I throw it in neutral. I'm like, I wonder how fast I can get going down this hill. Thing's not designed to go more than 7 miles an hour.
No.
And I freaking I just flew down the friggin' hill. And I got to the bottom, I was pressing the brakes and nothing was happening, but luckily the lawn was far enough away that I could like kind of make the corner doing like 30, 40, or I don't know how fast I was actually going. And the brakes weren't working, nothing worked, and then I slowly came to a stop down the road, like because it flattened out and then turned into a little bit more hilly so I could slow down. And then I proceeded to mow the lawn because it was fine, the brakes started working again. And then I saw you by the river on the bottom of a different hill. So I was like, I'm going to do the same thing. Except I'm not going to go as fast because the hill's not quarter mile long. It's only like 400 feet. So I threw in neutral. I think the gears had worn down from the previous hill. So when I threw it in neutral, I gained a lot of speed, a hell of a lot faster than I did the first time. And then I was going toward you. You turn around and see me. I start pressing the brake. It's not working already. It's only been like 100 feet. And then I had a choice to make, and it was either hit you, launch it off the dock, or hit a rock. And I turned right and hit a rock.
And
I
you hit the
flew.
rock.
I flew so hard into the water. I went over the handlebars, or the steering wheel. The hood came off, and I landed on the hood like 30 feet away.
I remember that.
And the person, oh my
into the
God,
lake.
it was so embarrassing. The wheels were cockeyed. The wheels are so. I think they're still messed up. I've seen that lawnmower. They still look,
No, it has some issues though.
they still look a little weird. They're probably all those issues are probably from me.
Yep.
14 years ago, crashing it into the lake.
The muffler just was like ping, pushed in. It was good.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
I remember the wheels were orange. Like the wheels, it was just cheap. It's just cheap rubber in those wheels, and they like deteriorated and they kind of turned orange. Maybe you got new wheels since then. The wheels were straight up orange when I got out.
No, they're the same ones.
Well, make a liar out of me.
They're not orange.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you have thought that you'd be drinking Coors Light?
Sweating my balls off in an apartment.
This
Talking
is a
to a
studio.
microphone. This is This is my studio.
Oh my god.
Studio apartment.
I couldn't when I was in high school. I was so against drinking, and now I have a podcast where like every guest is required to drink. Things change, man.
Your stuff just changes so fast, man. Just love drinking.
I never would have expected that. I'd be drinking a whiskey and ginger, and you'd be drinking a Coors Light.
Right.
If you look at like 16-year-old us, we were still building goddamn forts.
And eating dirt.
I don't think I was eating dirt.
I was probably.
But I was eating mud
I was
pies.
14.
I had a little bit of class.
Class is optional. You can have it. You
Class
don't
is
need
optional. We never had it, dude. Not once. Do you remember? Excuse me. Remember that time I coughed on a podcast and it was super unprofessional? No. You remember that time you and I were supposed to go swimming at the beach, and there was like I think there's probably a group of 3 or 4 of us, and you were like 30 minutes late, and I was pissed because I was at the beach. I was like, I think I was with my soon-to-be girlfriend at the time, and you were like 30 minutes late, and then all of a sudden we hear this friggin' noise, and you pull up on his go-kart as like a 12-year-old.
Did I drive that down to the beach?
You drove it down to the beach. Yeah, you like went. It was so small it fit between the 2 rock barriers that didn't let you go down the path. But you showed up at the beach in a beat to shit go-kart, and we didn't own a go-kart, Lucas. Do you remember how you came to acquire said piece of machinery?
Yes, I do. I had a group of my own.
I think this is how you found your calling. I think that moment defined your future.
It probably was. Yeah, probably was. Yeah, I had a group of my own. It's like 5 dudes, just a dude fest.
Sausage party.
And we were actually on our way to the beach. We were on the road that goes to the beach. And on the side of said road was a cardboard box that said free on it. And next to it was a go-kart. And there was it didn't say anything about the go-kart. It didn't say whether it ran or it didn't, or who made it, where it came from, or even whose it was. It just said free. So I pulled it out into the road, sat down in it, and I told one of my other dudes,
one of the dudes
from the Dude Fest, to just start pulling on the cord, see if I could get it to start. So I was just holding the gas, feathering the throttle.
What was that word? Feathering?
Feathering.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Feathering.
That's not a thing. Is that really a thing?
Yes, it's a
I've
thing.
never heard that before.
Lightly going on and off of the throttle, the accelerator pedal.
Feathering. Yeah. I was just feathering that throttle.
I was just feathering the gas, gows.
The gauze.
And
French Canadians.
we pulled it like 50, 60 times, and finally it started, and my mind was just, why would they get rid of something that worked for free? Free stuff's the best stuff.
Dude, honestly.
So yeah, I drove it all the way down to the beach, and when I got
I just
down
remember you pulled up in this piece of
to the
shit.
same hill that you crashed the lawnmower on, I realized I had no brakes, just like you did. So I rode it all the way down to the beach, and yeah, I don't remember driving it all the way down into it.
I'm pretty sure you like drove in and then you like hit the brake and did like a side swipe in the
No, because there was no brakes.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe you just pulled.
Maybe I just turned and was like,
Just turned really hard. I just remember like my 12-year-old brother had a go-kart and I couldn't even afford a friggin' Nintendo game. I was like, where did he get this go-kart? And you're like, I found it for free. And I was like, what? And it worked? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, this is bullshit. I want a go-kart.
he was like, go-kart for
You didn't let me drive it for like 4 years.
the wheels were this big.
I was your older brother by 2 years and you didn't let me drive it once. I've never driven that go-kart. I've driven
my
another
free
one.
stuff.
I've never drove
I
that.
won't even fit on it anymore, I don't
It
think.
was so small. But didn't you fix that up and then trade it for a different go-kart? And then you traded that go-kart for 2 go-karts?
I didn't fix it up. I painted it. That is all. Put a
How many horse? Dude, that was so small.
2.5.
2.5
I believe.
horsepower.
Might have been less.
I don't think it even would have gone anywhere if I got in it.
Nope. You would sit in it and push the gas, and you would literally just move about this fast.
You just inch forward.
And you would slowly pick up speed. But, that being said, that was the fastest go-kart I ever owned. Of the 3, it was the fastest.
What? Really?
Yep.
How?
It was the fastest.
Just once it got up to full acceleration?
It was definitely the slowest in acceleration, but top speed, it was the fastest.
That's hilarious.
Yep. It was just...
That's so accurate.
But once
That's
you
so
got
accurate, that's what
going,
it sounded like.
it would just keep going and going and going and going. And it, I don't know. Top speed was just there.
We filmed a mudding video, I remember once. With 2 of your go-karts. You had like a pretty nice one. Because you then acquired another go-kart. And then he fixed it up.
I bought that one for $100.
Yeah, and then you got rid of that and traded it in for a much bigger one.
Yeah, I put a different motor on that too.
You've done a lot of work in go-karts. You still have one in the garage.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that, by the way?
It's not ours.
Oh.
Just fixing it.
Oh, well, never mind. That's right. You're an entrepreneur like me.
It's not ours. It's someone else that's...
Well, good for you, Lucas. Freaking dick. Yeah, you had 3 go-karts. But you've always been a fan of your toys. Like you've had 3 go-karts, a dirt bike, an ATV, 2 trucks, and a FJ Cruiser. You like your
sweet
you like your
mower.
toys. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You've got a
Snowmobile.
piece of shit mower.
I had 2.
1994 Tundra. That's almost an antique at this point.
Everything I own is old though.
Yeah, everything you own is old. Meanwhile, I bought like I bought a 1994 Ski-Doo Grand Touring, and I sold it after 1 year because it required so much maintenance that I bought it for like $500 and I put $1,500 into it, like 200 at a time. And then I sold that, and I never bought a single toy for myself after that. After that, it was just like it was just vehicles I needed to live, like my first car and my second car,
was just
my third car.
Got stuff, fixed it, sold it for more than what I paid for it.
Yeah, you have a knack for doing that. Like I said, I think that first go-kart paved the way to your future.
Yeah.
If you didn't find that, where do you think? Like, do you think you would have discovered your mechanical gift?
Oh, probably.
Because you spent so much time YouTubing. How do I take the headlight off this? How do I add this to this? How do I install headlights or LED lights? How do I renew my brake? How do I fix my clutch? Like spent so much time YouTubing because of those first series of go-karts.
Yeah.
That had you not found that first go-kart, I wonder where you would be. Did I just blow your damn mind?
I'd probably be on YouTube.
Just looking up how to make
Just
bombs.
looking up mops.
Bombs. Just, how do I make a mop?
I'd like to learn how to make a mop, so I don't have to go buy a mop.
It's like I have 17 pounds of my own hair, and I'd like to know how to make a mop. Gross.
How to turn old t-shirts into mops.
That's pretty gross.
Clean your house for free.
This is a weird topic to be on, but I keep buying new mops, and they all suck. You got to go to that old standard, tried and true piece of shit
String mop.
Ruby doll
Cotton.
1980s mop.
Just using the doll's hair.
Dude, it's better. I keep buying this Swiffer wet jet, and it doesn't absorb shit. You keep having to empty it off into stuff.
Modern mops are old news. That is so last year's mop.
Is your
Hipster mops.
I remember you and I got pulled over because I had at the time I had that Grand Touring I mentioned, and you had the Tundra, and I was getting bullied at school. This was like I was at a school basketball game, and guys came out, and they used to cut my brake lines, or they used to screw with me on everything without claiming that it was them. And I caught wind of who it was, and somebody came out to my snowmobile, and he organized everybody who drove their snowmobile to the game that night, which was like 12 people, to just park around me so I couldn't leave. Just to be a dick, just to stick me there and, screw me with my curfew. And when I left the game, I was fed up, and I was leaving with you, and you were also being parked around.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I was like, I'm not doing this. So I just flipped over everybody's snowmobiles because they're like not that heavy, and you can flip them over. And I just flipped them over super softly, like I wasn't aggressive about it, but I moved them out of the way, and then I left. But when we were leaving, I remember seeing the guy who organized it, Mr. Douchebag Tall Agnes, and he came out of the game and was like, "You mother, I'm gonna rip your head off!" Like he was angry, and I was like, "Lucas, follow me!" And we just took off so fast. And the moment we got around the corner so they couldn't see us, I remember we slowed right down, took a right hook, and we just hid behind a U-Haul.
Yep.
And I remember
the machines off.
Shut the machines off, and 20 seconds later, this is where it pays to be a little smarter than the other person you're fighting. Not more aggressive, just more smart. And then he just blew by us on the tar, just friggin' kicking up sparks.
Looking for us.
And he was taking off down the trail to go find us, to probably beat us up. And we just waited 2 minutes and then left the U-Haul and just moseyed on home.
Yep.
Like, pays to be smarter. But I remember on the way home, I was like super giddy. And I was like, I got away with it. I got away with it. And then I didn't jump a snowbank, but we were about to cross a road, and I went over the snowbank 2 feet off the trail. And right in front of it, there was like either a game warden or cop.
Was it game warden?
Was it a game warden? Game warden was just standing there and pulled us over.
The flashlight.
And yeah, pulled us over. The flashlight was like, "Son, you need to get off your sled." And he's like, "Take off your helmet," or whatever. And you were behind me.
Yeah, I stopped like 50 yards back and just waited.
Yeah, and he was like, "You need to come up." And I had to walk all the way to you and come get you to come forward. Yeah, the guy was just pulling us over. He's like, you're supposed to cross a road with the trail, not off the bank." And I was like, "Dude, this is a snowmobile trail.
You know you're supposed to do your job and not...
You know there's people hunting deer 25 feet to the left, right?"
Yeah.
Because really, that's what was happening. But no, he pulled us over the snowmobile, check us for drunk drivers. I'm 14, you're like 13.
Yep.
It's like, dude. Actually, we're probably older than that. It's probably like 16 and 15. But still, I remember I was being super pissed about that. It's only like that was the third time I've been pulled over on a snowmobile. Fourth time, actually. But that's neither here nor there. The first time I was going to a girlfriend's house, and she has this huge snowbank in the trail. Like, the trail has a huge bank. You have to go up the bank and down the bank in order to get to the trail. And so I do that, and I cross the road to pick her up. She gets on the snowmobile, and I go up to it. And I'm like, I'm not going over this huge bank with her on the back. And also, I'm not going to cross this huge bank because I don't know what's on the other side. So I went up Main Street, like probably 200 feet to take a right into the school parking lot and then enter the trail that way. And again, same thing, friggin' either game warden or local PD or someone who was up there.
Probably a game warden.
I know who it was. I know his name. Since then, I've seen you working at Subway. Lost your job, didn't ya? Anyway, sorry. Got some hostility out first time. And yeah, he pulled me over. He's like, "You're supposed to go on the trail." And I'm like, "Dude, I got precious cargo." I'm like, I can't be doing that. Also, this sled's ancient. It might crack in half over that snowbank. And he was super pissed at me. And the whole time he had his hand on his gun. I'm like, dude, what am I doing? Every time I've been pulled over on a snowmobile, it's been like cops or game wardens trying to be super overprotective. It's hot. I want to end this podcast strictly because of how hot it is in this building. Take a Coors Light bath.
Dump it all over.
Dude, that can't be refreshing. Even if it was, maybe if
it was ice cold.
It was ice cold.
Probably be better than warm sweat. No, Ja feel.
Ja Rule.
Ja feel. Now I'm seeing.
Now I'm seeing.
Now I'm seeing.
Oh man, this podcast is off the rails. All right. Well, it's so hot. We're both winter people.
Yep.
Disgusting. Class is optional though. No judgment at home.
Yeah.
Do you think you're a winter person? Or like
Fall.
I mean, fall's good, but you can't do shit in the fall.
It's hoodie weather.
It's nice to have a fire.
You're not freezing and you're not sweating. That's the best.
Fall is nice. You're right. I'm a fall person. Jeez, dude. What did you drink? Burps?
Liquid burps.
Just liquid burps.
You should name a beer that. Liquid burps.
No. I bet that it does exist. But no, seriously, like in the summer, I don't do anything. Like Even this, I'm just in front of a camera in my own apartment. And
Well,
I'm
it's
sweating.
either there's 4 seasons. You go out in the springtime and you're like, it's raining, everything's wet. You know what I mean? And then you go out in the summer and you're like, oh, it's so hot. And humid.
Everything is miserable.
And then fall is like boring. There's nothing to do. It's like the most depressing season.
no,
And then winter, you're like, fuck, 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 fuck. Just go into your car, and then you start it, and you're sitting there. And then you get sick and tired of waiting, so you put it in drive. Then you're driving like this. The whole way to work, shivering. You can barely... You know what I mean? You can barely function.
Is that not the best though? I would take
No.
that every time over getting in my hot ass Subaru in the middle of 85, 90 degree weather, humid as hell,
Yeah.
and having the leather in my car
I
smell.
guess that doesn't bother me that bad. I worry more about the car's
You can
feelings
put
than...
coats on and hoodies on and shit on. In the summer, you got 7 layers of skin and none of them are dispensable.
Just start shaving it
You
off.
can't just... It sucks.
Peel.
I hate the summer. I say it out loud. If you're named Summer, I hate you. I hate it so much, dude. And so many... you know how much strength it takes to peel myself out of bed in the morning?
Yeah.
because I'm stuck to my sheets. Anything that you're doing in the summer requires you to sweat. Anything. You can't do anything in summer that's not going to require sweat. If you're making pizzas, you're sweating.
We're sitting here doing nothing. and
We're sitting here talking. and I have beads of sweat. I've changed my shirt twice today.
I know.
And I need to change it
again.
again. Huh?
That's here for both of them.
Yeah. I changed my socks twice a day because I get athlete's feet so bad in the summer. Athletes in between the toes.
Athlete's footses.
Athlete's footses sucks.
I'm actually sticking to the chair.
Dude, yeah, I got up and the art on my shirt stuck to the wood. I don't know. But then in the winter, you want to go ice fishing? Put out 9 layers. You can sit in the snowmobile with your freaking feet.
I'll put on my
out.
Milwaukee 12-volt heated jacket and we'll go have some good times.
It's fun. It's good. It's fun. It's quiet. I don't know.
It's just like first winter, still winter, road construction.
What were those things? Can you repeat that?
It's first winter, still winter, road construction.
That's.
That's Maine. In a
Did you
nutshell.
read that somewhere? Because that's super funny.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't come up with that because that's so accurate.
Too funny
it's
for me.
Too accurate. Oh my! Well, that's the thing. That's why everyone always complains about why road construction is so bad in the state of Maine, but it's because we only have 2 months to do it.
Yeah.
Everyone does it at the same time. But all right. Anyway, it's again. I was gonna end this 20 minutes ago because it's too damn hot. All right.
Let's straight line or draw.
Draw a fucking line, bro.
Draw. Fucking.
It's time to play. Does consuming 1 stiff drink of alcohol increase your skill level when performing weirdly specific things? Asterisk. We don't condone the use of alcohol for the purpose of self-improvement. It's got to be better than the first one, Lucas. Oh, shit.
That was pretty fucking good.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Did you go to art college?
No, I cheated. It's how I always draw straight lines. But it's still better.
With this?
No, I went like this.
You didn't use the crease of the table?
No.
Dude, damn. Dude, damn. Dude, damn. That's insane, dude. Can you see? I hope the people at home can see this. That's really good, Lucas.
Yeah, I'm pretty good
Our
at
art
stuff.
teacher, Mrs. Agnes, back in high school, used to talk about how she had to go to school and learn how to draw straight lines. You weren't in any of my classes. Also, I never took an art class. I skipped out of them because I would rather be
Art's for chumps.
productive member of society instead. Anyway.
Yeah, really.
Screw all your art degrees. I have an art degree.
I took ceramics and made about 15 bowls.
I still have a couple.
Just so I could have
Actually, you want those
bowls.
back? I have them since the last time we lived
No, I
together.
have them.
I have a bunch.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want them. Sentimental value or whatever.
Well, Lucas, I'm pretty sure that you're better at drawing a straight line, so we're going to have to put that in the apparently column.
Apparently.
Apparently, alcohol
Can't
makes you
tell,
better at
don't
drawing a
think
straight
so.
line. It also makes you better at winking and tongue twisters. Apparently. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. This was a really off the rails podcast, but I expected it to be. It's just nice to see you, bro. I haven't seen you in like 5 days. Actually, we don't see each other that often.
No. which is awesome.
So nice. Even when I go up, I go golfing to avoid you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm going to chug this drink and go to bed. Just let myself stick to the sheets. Have a good night. Peace. Deuces. Whatever the fuck.